What if there was a single drill that you could do with any guitar without having an amp, and that one drill could unlock levels of playing that you couldn't even imagine? That's what I'm going to talk about today, something called the spider drills. Now I'm going to show you how to do the spider drills today. First, the version without your picking hand, and then the second version with your picking hand. But we're going to start with the non-picking version because that is at the base of the pyramid. That's where a lot of the dexterity and endurance and finger independence come into play. They're going to seem impossible when you start, but I guarantee if you stick with it, it is going to transform your playing. So here's how it works. You can do them at any fret, but I encourage you to start where the spacing is comfortable. So we're going to put each of our 4 fingers on a separate fret. And there's not going to be any sound here, so I mean you'll hear my strings going, but this is not a drill for making music. This is a drill for building independence between your fingers. That just means, hey look, I can move my ring finger independent of my middle finger, which is something that most people can't do when they first start. And I can move the fingers in different orders. And so you don't realize how programmed your hand is until you start trying to get it to do things that you're not used to. So this is how we start. And the basis of the drill is this. We're going to move our fingers in a pattern. We're going to start with 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how I'm going to number these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to move them to the next string in that order. But here's the trick. You can only move one finger at a time, and you have to keep the other fingers down firmly on the string while you move this. So we are forcing this finger to move by itself while we keep these down. That's not hard for your index finger, and it might not be hard for your middle finger, but I guarantee you if you're just starting this, you're going to start feeling it right here. You're going to start feeling it in your hand and possibly in your wrist, because this finger is not one that we typically move independently. So at 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we repeat that to the G string, and then the D string, then the A string, then the E string. Now, you made it this far, now we're going to go backwards. And what you're going to find is that there are some combinations, which we'll talk about in a minute, where you can do them up, but then your brain gets confused trying to get them to move down. So we're working your brain along with your finger muscles. So that's the general idea of the drill, moving your fingers to the next string, one finger at a time while keeping the others on the fretboard. But there are 24 different combinations that you could use. So if we start with 1, 2, 3, 4, what we do then is we switch the last 2 numbers of the combination and we go 1, 2, 4, 3. So that looks like this. 1, 2, 4, 3. 1, 2, 4, 3. 1, 2, 4, 3. 1, 2, 4, 3. So on and so forth, all the way up, all the way down. I think of the first 2 passes as being 1, 2, and then I just alternate the last 2. Then the next combination is 1, 3, alternating between 2, 4, and 4, 2. So 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3. Yeah. You see that? You see that mental hiccup right there? This is exactly why you do these drills, because the neural pathways needed to move these fingers independently have to be kind of blasted through like a construction tunnel. You got to force your brain to do it until you can do it without thinking. So then it would be 1, 3, 4, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2. Now, ideally, you would do these with a metronome, but if you don't have a metronome or you're too lazy to put one on, do them anyway, because you will reap the rewards of the endurance that you build up in your forearm and the finger independence. You just won't improve your timing as much as you would if you used a metronome. The other reason a metronome is good is because it helps you to track how fast you can do them. Take breaks when you first start with these, because you're going to be holding this grip for a lot longer than what you're used to. But that pain is like any other pain when you're lifting weights. the more you push yourself to the point where you feel that lactic acid building up in your forearm and your wrist and your hand, and especially like right here, your body will respond with more muscle, better grip strength, better endurance as you push through. Now, there's a second way to do these spider drills using picking, and this version of the drills adds an element of alternate picking improvement, but it loses a little bit of the dexterity and especially the endurance. Because when you add in the picking version, you're going to do the same 24 combinations, but now you're going to pick the note as you go. And you're going to alternate pick downstroke, upstroke, downstroke, upstroke all the way through. And here's why this is easier from an endurance perspective, because we can't keep our fingers on the strings all the way through, or else we wouldn't hear the note ring out. And the whole point is to work on the synchronization between our picking and fretting hand. So if I switch to the overhead screen here, you can see my fingers are coming off the fretboard. And while this drill is difficult for different reasons, it is not as taxing on my forearm muscles. And so I would never tell someone that the picking version of these drills is better or more effective than the non-picking version. The truth is that it is much better for developing your picking technique and your hand synchronization, but it does not have the endurance building qualities of the first version, the base version. Start with the non-picking version, and if you add in the picking version to help develop your picking technique, don't let that come at the expense of doing it the original way, because that is where you will build and maintain your endurance. Now, you could take these drills without ever buying anything from me and do them religiously, both versions, and you will experience a massive improvement in your dexterity and endurance and your overall playing. But if you're serious about using these drills to get the most out of your playing, I'd like to talk to you about my course, Texas Blues Speed Workshop. This is a course that I designed to help people build speed from the ground up for the style of playing that you hear from Stevie Ray Vaughan or Jimi Hendrix. And these drills are an integral part of the course. So here's how the course works. It assumes you're low beginner, middle beginner, and there are 6 different levels, and it takes you through a basic track through all 6 levels. But then there is a second track using the same things taught, but at higher milestone levels, that you go back around to the beginning and restart at level 1 on the fast track, and it takes you up much higher. So the 2 tracks are designed to work together so that you essentially get 12 levels out of the course. And what I do is I break down the very basic movements that you need. We start at ground zero, and then we add and we slowly build longer and longer phrases. And along the way, I teach you the techniques that you need to play those phrases, and I give you milestones to try and hit for that level. Now, parallel with all these exercises and the licks that we're building, I'm telling you to do the spider drills, and I'm giving you daily drill accountability sheets or tracking sheets that you can track which combinations you did and what speed you were able to do them at. And I start you off with just the first finger combinations just to kind of get you going. So the course is a whole system designed to help you build speed from the ground up using a combination of guided daily drills with these spider drills, but then also these progressively more difficult exercises, different licks building on each other, building the techniques and hitting different milestones. Now, you can buy this course to download, But there is something that I want to show you that is beneficial if you join our membership program, because when you join the membership program, you get access to our online player where we have all of our different courses. Let me blow up the text here so you can see it. Built into our player with all the fancy features, I have built a spider drills tool in here. And basically, you can choose which combinations you want to do and what speed you want to do it at. And it shows it right on screen here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it basically is a visual guide. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, rest 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2, 4, 3. And so this is a really popular feature for our members, and then you can adjust the tempo up here. And so basically this spider drills tool is integrated right into our online player so that when you're studying courses, if you're working on Texas Blue Speed Workshop or anything else, you can just open the spider drills tool and do your drills right there. So anyway, spider drills are important. I hope you do them whether you buy any courses from me or not. Do them every day, do them both ways, and your playing is going to explode in ways that you didn't think possible.